Just got into this really heavy, it's an old clear cut. And it's really hard to see sign, but there was a standing cornfield a couple of years ago. We never came real far back into here and never really had any luck. We decided to come out here. There's a cornfield on the opposite side now too, so we're gonna come in here and look around, and haven't had any luck until I just popped up on this logging road right here to kind of determine where I was gonna go, and I seen white tine sticking up. It ain't chewed, it's a year old at least. And it might be off a match set that I know a guy's got. Looks a lot like him. It's a dandy 5-point side, so I'm gonna grab it. Not chewed at all. Oh, it's got an inside point. It's him. Yep, that's kind of know this deer a little bit. Friend of ours that we know found a really nice match set to about a 160 10-pointer, and I'm positive that this is him. He had an inside point though, and he broke that off. Has a really nice shed, not chewed or nothing. So this would have been from 2 years ago, would have been his shed. It's a really nice buck. Well, hopefully we can find the match. He found the match laying 5 yards away from each other, so possibly the other one's not too far away. So hopefully we find some more like that. Well, it's middle of March, and shed hunting's been pretty slow. Probably the worst March so far. I decided to come out to the spot. I know it's been hit hard. I've been watching it all winter. Found a lot of sheds here. A lot of other people look here too, but got to the back side of this cornfield and I found a big match set laying right next to each other. Walk over here and I'll show you what they look like. Big 4x4. Back side of this corn. I know I walked to this spot many times this winter, but there's a really big snow drift right here. Go pick them up. Big old set. Big 4x4. I know we got sheds to this buck last year too. I don't know how long they've been laying there because I checked this spot a lot of times this winter. But there's a huge snowdrift there. Kind of come out here today not thinking I'd find anything because it's been hit so hard with people, and found a lot of sheds out here and thought maybe I had it cleaned up, but didn't take me 15 minutes to come to the back of this cornfield to find this big set. Big 4x4. Heavy. Awesome deer. Once again, we're out hitting the woods hard looking for these sheds. It's getting really late in April now, and we come back into this pine plantation, and we're probably close to about 3/4 mile off some cornfields, and we haven't been finding nothing until I stumbled onto this. I really wasn't seeing a lot of sign, unless it's all, gone by now, but anyway, it's a nice 5-point side, so I'm gonna go up here and grab it. It's not chewed on or nothing yet. Beauty, for sure. Big, huge beam. A nice shed. Don't really recognize the deer at all. It's got a heck of a beam on it. Looks like he's real wide. But now, I'm gonna have to walk this even harder now. Try to find the match to that. So it's pretty warm today. Ticks are out, but we're still finding sheds. It's a nice antler. Still got good color on it yet. Shed action. Well, we're out doing some shed hunting. It's early April yet, and back to my #1 spot of the year, and walking some areas I haven't walked yet. And just found a giant 8-point. I think it's maybe possibly a match to the one the landowner happened to find off his 4-wheeler. But Gideon's coming. I'm gonna hand the camera to him, and
small sign is you get close to this 4-wheeler trail.
we'll go pick it up and see who he is.
Oh yeah.
Got some good mass.
Big guy, huh?
Big mass.
Wow.
It's got a huge brow tine.
Jeez, look at the mass on that thing. Wow. Here. Nice.
I have a video get hit, so zoom down a bit first. Jeez. Got a huge brow. Pretty bleached. So look at that brow tine, Gideon.
Holy cow. Wow.
That thing's got a maybe 10-inch brow tine. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Look at that thing. How awesome is that? You know, it's almost funny. You know, I'm pretty sure the landowner's got the other side, and it looked like he had a drop tine busted off the base. But this is by far the biggest brow tine shed I've ever found in my life. That thing's got to be 10 inches. Look at the mass on that thing. I knew it was a big horn, but I didn't know it was going to be this big when I pulled it up. Look at that thing, Gideon. We've called a lot of bucks the brow tine buck in the past. I think this one takes the cake by far. Look at that thing. That's just insane. And I know where the match is too, but I don't know if I can get it. He's got a 9-inch anyway. 9-inch brow tine anyway. What a sweet shed. Zoom in on that brow tine. Insane. Huge mass. Like I said earlier, we're just walking spots that we hadn't walked before, hoping to find some old ones. And I spotted white. It's not an old one, but it's a giant. This spot here is we call it the spot that keeps on giving. Just big shed after big shed, and lots of sheds. Look at that thing. Well, I know where the match is to him, so I don't gotta. I think I know I'm pretty sure he's got the match, but. Well, maybe we can find some more. What do you say, huh? Insane. Well, oh boy. We're having quite the day. Still in Gideon's spot, across the road. I found a match set right off the bat. Found an old one. I don't know where Gideon went, but I come back to where I found a 5-point side when there's a lot of snow yet. And I dropped down and I see where this tree's down there nipping it. And I kept going and something told me look back. And here is this giant shed laying here. Looks like a giant 5-point side. Look at that beast. Giant 5-point side with a sticker in between the G2 and G3. Get up here ready to take a picture of it, in the match is right there, 10 yards away, and it is a stud. I mean, it is a monster heavy rack, and I have no idea where Gideon is, so I'm gonna have to film this myself until he shows up. I told him before we come over here, there's got to be at least one really big mature buck on this side of the road. Usually we find him on the other side of the road, but here he is, not chewed on or nothing yet. What a giant. Oh my gosh. That thing is absolutely huge. Look at that shed. Unbelievable. I have no idea how big that is, but that is one of my biggest sheds ever. The match is laying right here. Wish Gideon was here to video it, so I'm gonna have to find him. This thing has got unbelievable mass. Unbelievable. The other side's a 5-point side. Just as heavy. But he busted his G4. So I am gonna find Gideon and we're gonna get you a really good look at this giant match set. Wow. That is an old mature buck. Holy cow. See how the deer are nipping on these branches here. They got all these branches nipped on. This overhanging branch is just kind of a grassy spot here in the middle of the woods. Just about walk past them. Look at the mass. Cool sticker point in between the G2 and G3. Unbelievable bases on it. Just huge mass. This brow tine curled way over. Busted his G4. Absolute giant buck. Very unique. Laying right in the sun too, and it's still, they must have been really dark. But these are probably by far the most massive antlers I've ever found. Look at that thing. Just huge. He's got to be around the 170. If he didn't break that, probably. But doesn't matter. Look at the mass. Keep looking around because you don't ever know what you're going to find in here. Unbelievable.